Now we are in our city forest close to Trencin, which is called Brezina, and I would like to say that my first observation of this antlion was around 30 years ago. I was a child and there were no mobile phones. 30 years ago, of course, there were no mobile phones. Maybe it was 35 years ago. Now I realize 36 years ago, because it was around 1990 and only billionaires used to have mobile phones, but they also need to have a car for this mobile phone because it was so heavy. Only battery was heavier than the car battery, and transceiver and receiver was separated box installed inside the car, and basically to be operable you have just a headphone in your hand and something like auxiliary transmitter and receiver. Yes, we have to go through different obstacles because 30 years ago this was just forest without any roads, without any, let's say, human being activity evidence. But this track have been staying over decades almost the same, but there are also some intersections with a biking track dedicated for crazy bikers who doesn't have any respect against the nature, because I don't know why they need just a bike with very high speed, and although it's very dangerous for them, but also it's very rush even for animals who are living here. Fortunately, the place where I've observed the antlions 30 years ago hasn't been changed, hasn't been touched by human beings, except one thing, but this is already a few decades there. There is a fitness stop pit. You can make an exercise, but it is made from very simple things and nobody is using this except myself, maybe few people, but it is just slash of promille the people who are using this stop exercise fitness stop pit, and the rest of things has been staying untouchable, and I hope that this trend will be continuing to the future, because otherwise I would like to say that I try to discover the antlion somewhere here. Yes, here is the track which is crossing. This is the track dedicated for crazy bicycle trackers, or I don't know what they call, but they do like jumpings, and when there is mud they love it, especially when there is raining, because they need to be muddy. And one man proudly say that I'm very proud to this successful day, because when I started, yes, and here is stealing the wood, I mean in sense of stealing that people don't need it, because we are trying to move to alternative energy, but in spite of that some people are having good connections with the municipality, because this all is owned by municipality, and municipality allow them to harvest the wood. Okay, but back to, okay, I need to disclose the camera because there are the vehicle numbers and things like that. Okay, now we are in the wild nature again, and I can continue freely. So the thing is like that we are almost, and look at this, here is ant. This creature was at just recently, and I don't know if it's somehow related with this endemic species, the AntLion, or if it's just like let's say that from the wood, the shape of the wood is very good, very convenient for creation such an ant. So I don't know, but I think that nobody knows that there is such endemic species, and I also didn't realize that I've never found it anywhere else in our country. Even in my walking through California in the USA, I've never found anything similar like this. But it is very teeny, very small, and probably that's it could be reason that I'm not a child anymore and I'm trying to discover something bigger. Yes, something bigger. So we are almost there, and because of I have a lot of free data, I can make a longer video, so I can comment a little bit the background. And I would like to say that there is only place, and probably it's related with childhood activity, that you were discovering something at microscopic level, and therefore I've never been able to discover more spots of occurrences than this one, but I'm very proud that these very fragile and very teeny animals, predators, could survive over decades. So we are almost there. I will stop the video because I need to check the situation and basically unpack myself, because I have a lot of load on my back, because this is not my this travel is not due to the AntLion. I just observed something like wow reaction on YouTube, and therefore I would like to enhance this video and enrich this video with a little bit, because it's really interesting, but I'm more technician now as an old man, and for me it's more valuable to make experiments with my solar system, with energy saving, and some analytical equations implement into C code, and try to do something like, and currently my top priority, but I have no time for this priority, is to migrate from Arduino to ESP due to web server or web access to my actuators and sensors on my solar system. So unfortunately, the original spot, which is behind these hedges is occupied by one sportsman. I wouldn't like to disturb him, but I found, wow, I did wrong thing. Okay, here is the second one, but we have to be very careful because the soil is very fragile, and it's intent of the ant to be fragile, the soil, because when ant is trapped, it must be very, very slippery, like very fine to be kept a certain time the animal in the middle of the hole, because the ant can operate only in the middle. I'm just looking for ants over there, but there are no ants. Let's do it a little bit if it's possible to. Shit. Yeah, as I told, it's very fragile, and now we have to wait till we made him a problem. We made problem to the ant lion because he needs to reconstruct its ant trap. But I found big ant over there. Okay, let me go for it. Ants are very big, but I found this insect. I don't know the name, but we call it like funeral insect, that because it's occurred somewhere around some dead bodies or something like this. So I will try to use this one. Okay, but I will switch on the light. Maybe it's not so. Okay, let me check. We will see. It plays that it's dead. Good strategy. Or it's trapped already? I don't know. It looks to be that it's trapped. It's hard to say. I need to try to magnify. I don't know. I don't know. We have to wait patiently. What will happen in a couple of seconds, respectively minutes, because it can be that both are stacked, but I see that it's some movement from the bottom. Yeah, I think that it's trapped, and it's really a huge portion for the AntLion. It must be happy that today such dinner came to his nest. We built a little bit something like by very tiny stick. We will try to provocate it, simulate that the animal is trying to escape. going underneath the... Oh, you see? You see nicely when I provocate. It's trying to pull in underneath the soil. This is a really good strategy, and it's almost done. It's almost done. It's perfect. Perfect strategy. Okay. This is really great strategy, but unfortunately there is only one such nest over there. Okay, we have to be satisfied only with one, because you see that the soil must be very specific for creating the trap, this insect trap. And I'm looking around, and although it is not so big in consideration with the landscape, how wide is it? Yes. Unfortunately, there is no more ant trap over there. Okay. Now we have original ant. Come on, where is focus? Yes, it's original ant. And we have this little bit distracted. Ant is not going. Doesn't want to go from my finger. Okay. Yes, this is nice. But the trap is so destroyed that the AntLion cannot sense, maybe, or cannot reach the victim. Because victim is not in the middle. We will see. Now it's in the middle. Okay. Now AntLion is acting, but due to okay, now it's nice because it's blasting. It's blasting. Okay. Now it's good position, the ant, and I think that it's already got it. Yeah, it's already got it. You see, it's already trapped the ant, and it's pulling it underneath the soil. This is like really National Geographic. And we don't need big lions, because this small insect is even more sophisticated. The ways how it can hunt the victims. Okay. We will try to excitate a little bit. But the construction is such a way that if we try to remove the ant, so ant is going just deeper and deeper because we are just doing opposite things. So, and that's the end of my second video. So it is Sunday evening and I'm following back to the train to my living city through this forest. It's only unique forest here, very similar to Google premises in Palo Alto. I don't know where is it, where it was, or where is it still. I think that somehow like this is the name, and they had very similar trees around the Google premises, the Google center or building, or it's not building, it's a set of premises. And yes, but here is just voice of the nature. I think that to comment it is just making it less valuable. And we are on the road 66 again, and we have to be careful about our life. Okay, let's continue down to the road and then on railway station, in Trenchin. By the way, Trenchin is the city of the culture. I think the city of the culture in 2026. Yes, but I haven't recognized yet that there is some change. But except the billboards, which are really everywhere. Probably they've got a lot of funds from European Union, and it's really into consciousness in apostrophes to deal with the city of culture, beside to deal with real problems of common people, that they have no work, they have no adequate work, like myself, and then they have to discover the natural treasures. Yes, because we have to do something. Okay, there are people over there, so I will switch off rather.